Joining us right now on the phone to react after that very busy night, the 45th President of the United States, to the GOP presidential nominee, Donald Trump.
The press is so dishonest in this country, it's amazing. This was incredible. I mean, everything, so many things I said were debunked, totally debunked, like Charlottesville, I have a list of 7 different things. And she could say anything she wanted, everything. Every time I spoke, and my stuff was right, they'd correct you. And every single poll had us winning by a lot, despite the fact that it was an unfair debate, obviously, and it was a 3-on-1. And that's okay. I've had worse odds in my life. I've had it before, but never so obvious. A lot of people are very angry about it. You have corrupt news organizations. You have a lot of bad people.
Donald Trump thinks the debate was rigged? I am stunned. I mean, he's a man who usually accepts reality, never claims anything is tilted against him. So this is really shocking news. In a minute, you won't believe the next level excuses that were being made by Trump and his supporters even before the debate began. But so much to get to about this debate. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. You can subscribe to my podcast Last Week on Earth, where I dive deep into it and deliver it with the comedic edge that is necessary for today's insane politics. But nothing is funnier than Donald Trump. I mean, he believes it was a rigged deal. It was a rigged deal, 3 against 1.
It was 3-1. It was a rigged deal, as I assumed it would be, because when you looked at the fact that they were correcting everything and not correcting with her.
They were fact-checking everything I say and nothing against her because she didn't lie. She had 2 or 3 statements that were determined by fact-checkers to be inconclusive, and he had 9 or 10 enormous lies. Not just the very obvious, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, Haitian immigrants eating the cats and dogs, which is not at all true. There was one crazy woman who was arrested who killed a cat, and guess what? She's an American citizen. She was born here. So Trump's just being super racist again. But not even that. It wasn't even that. It was him still saying he didn't lose the election. It was him still saying that he has a plan for health care, but it's just the concepts of a plan, the ideas of a plan. And did these anchors need to call him out on his vast number of lies throughout the debate, outright, blatantly made-up lies? We have millions of immigrants pouring in per month. There's never been even 1 million clocked. The worst month ever was 300,000, yes, under the Biden administration in 1 month. Many of them caught and sent back, many of them not. Too many not. But to say there's millions and millions sent back, that needs to be corrected. You can't just say that. He also did what he always does, Donald Trump, then just makes up extra numbers as though the 10 million, the 11 million that he says they say is not enough. Yes, he says, but also I believe it's 15, and then even corrects his own made-up number a second later and says, I believe it's 15, but really, I believe it's more like 20, 25 million. You mean you believe? Are you on the border counting? Do you have binoculars from your house at Mar-a-Lago looking down towards Texas? I mean, what are you talking about?
So many things I said were debunked.
Look at one of the great morons of our time, Newsmax's Greg Kelly, before the debate, saying that he believed the set made it rigged.
How about this? We the people. We the people. Preamble of the Constitution, right? Well, okay. First of all, it's slanted. That's weird. But the other thing, we the people, some dumb New Yorker article came out about 5 years ago that said those are the most powerful words in the English language. The DNC took those 3 words, DNC 2020, and made it the theme of the convention.
We the people. We the people. We the people. We the people.
The purple chick from soccer. All your favorite liberals. Or unfavorite liberals. We the people. We the people. And again, look at this again. We the people. I think it is a nod to the Democrats, huh? What else is new?
Saying we the people now is rigged towards the Democrats? Is that really because you're admitting finally the Republicans are not for we the people? They are in fact for themselves and their own lined pockets? Are you finally admitting that now, Gregors? Because We the People's been in the background of practically every debate as far as I can remember. And it's, the preamble to the Constitution. So there's also that. But find a way to complain. I think it's great. The slanted lettering and the blue set is a problem for you as well. I mean, MAGA, leave it to MAGA to think everything is a conspiracy. It's what happens when you have a leader who thinks everything is a conspiracy, who lives in his own distorted reality, the most distorted reality of any man probably to ever be on the political scene. I mean, not even probably, hands down. And he's the de facto leader. That's why Dick Cheney even endorsed Kamala Harris, because of the grave danger that Trump poses just to very basic democratic norms. And Dick Cheney's a monster. And even he gets it. So, did anybody at Fox News acknowledge the reality? Because the moment the debate ended, they went to Sean Hannity, who then literally just praised everything Trump said, attacked Kamala with insane nothing, and then they said in his ear, Kamala's speaking live post-debate, he literally says, we're going to go dip in real quick to her, dips in for 5 seconds to a half sentence, and then instead Trump walks on and he talks to him live for about 15, 20 minutes. The most obviously slanted people in the world. Did anybody at Fox News call it out? Well, Brit Hume at least sort of did in front of these incredibly biased Republican anchors.
Now, look, make no mistake about it. Trump had a bad night. He rose to the debate repeatedly when she baited him, something I'm sure his advisors had begged him not to do. In the first debate when Biden attacked him, he just kept his cool and kept going. In this debate, he rose to debating, and we heard so many of the old grievances that we'd long thought that Trump had learned were not winners politically. Mm-hmm. And there they all were, talking about how he didn't lose the election and all that. I mean, my sense is that she came out of this in pretty good shape. Now, how long this will last and is anybody's guess. But for tonight, at least, this was pretty much her night.
The fact is, Kamala wiped the floor with Trump. She destroyed him. She crushed him in every way possible. I thought the most powerful moment of the debate when the moderators asked her, do you think Trump is trying to suppress the vote? And she simply said, Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people, and clearly he's having a very difficult time processing that. That was the best way to prove the mental fantasy land that Trump has been lost in, to prove the mental decay he's been suffering from, the condition where he cannot admit basic reality. And she went on to say that it's very troubling that it seems he is unable to grasp basic facts, and that cannot be somebody that is your leader. She was pitch perfect in the debate. She was perfectly prepared, whereas Trump bragged over and over again in multiple news outlets that he didn't need to prepare, that he's been preparing for this my whole life. I've been preparing. Have you? Because you could have done more. Because you had nothing to counter what she said. You didn't even have good, easy attacks. You could have leveled her way. And instead you said, they're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. I mean, if you still support this man, you're sorely, sorely mistaken. And it's a real significant problem. Is Trump going to do a debate again? Here's what he said about it.
Is it planned for debate too? It was we had a great debate. We had great poll numbers on the debate. And we enjoyed it. I hope she enjoyed it too, but I enjoyed it. And no, we're looking at it, but when you win, you don't really necessarily have to do it a second time. So we'll see. But I thought we had a great debate last night.
But I'm telling you right now, he's not going to. I could be wrong, of course, but he's not going to do it. He claims it's because he won, but in actual, very obvious fact, it's because he got crushed, and he doesn't want to do the homework and doesn't want to prepare. If he were able to, he might be able to have a better second showing, but instead, he's going to run scared and just do his rallies and speak to friendly news outlets and keep going on conservative podcasts, probably funded by Russia, as you may have learned this week. Many of them are, unwittingly to them, because they needed unwitting people, and that's perfect to go to right-wing commentators for unwitting commentary. And he's not going to face, again, a prosecutor who prosecuted the case against him so beautifully, so perfectly, calling out his crimes, his convictions, his assaults. And he had nothing. He had they're eating the cats and the dogs. I'd love to keep talking about this, but I do have to go now because I need to make sure nobody's eating my dog. Henry Horse is not your meal, Donald. Stay away from my dog. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. You can subscribe to my podcast Last Week on Earth on all podcast platforms. Thank you.